promise. I'll make it okay. Just give me more time, please. I just need to do this video, and then I'll help you. Just, please. So, the Daleks are back. Not that anyone wanted them to be. In order to save a ship full of rebels, the Doctor and his companion must venture into the belly of the beast. Yes, they must go into the Dalek.
Where the hell have you been?
It's not my fault. I got distracted.
By what?
You could always find something. Come on.
Where are we going?
Into darkness. Welcome to the most dangerous place in the universe.
They're coming! They're coming!
The enemy are right on top of us!
I'm sorry.
Now, the Daleks might not have had an episode in every single year, but they have appeared every single year since the new series started. Every single one. So being a Dalek episode, I was again unsure where this would go. I was remarkably surprised. Now, the tone of the episode, much like the one before it, is again darker. I'm going to be careful about saying darker, because it implies that it's a dark episode. It's not. It's simply not light and goofy like the majority of Matt Smith's episodes. This episode plays out about the same way a classic episode would. In fact, it reminds me a lot of classic Doctor Who. I got a lot of vibes of The Invisible Enemy, which was pretty cool. I also got some vibes of a New Who episode. I can't really remember much about it. I think I hated it.
Take off your clothes.
That's probably why I forgot about it. No, now I'm remembering it. So a more realistic tone where there's actual threat, less jokes, serious doctors, serious characters with serious backstories. It's a breath of fresh air. Not a really dark tone like the previous one. I wasn't going, oh my goodness, he's evil! I wasn't really doing that in the previous episode either. But in the previous episode I was going, oh my goodness, he's awesome! And I was kind of doing that in this episode too. They've maintained good cinematography, decent direction, cool sets, good special effects, which is something that the show needs. Consistency, 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 consistency is something that's been lacking from previous seasons. But I better not get too excited, because the first two episodes of Series 6 were great, and let's not forget where that ended up going. So in this episode, we were introduced to a new character who is reported to be returning, called Danny Pink. He is a working peer of Clara. Now, he and Clara are portrayed great in this episode. Clara's pretty good. She's not amazing. I'm not going, oh, I love you, Amy! Amy's like this great, juicy apple of a character, and Clara's like this dried up leaf. Oh, wait. So it's good to see Clara's character getting better. Peter Capaldi is great as the Doctor. By the way, I'm drinking Coke. Not tea. It's a metaphor. I put the unhealthy stuff inside the cool stuff so that when I drink it, I don't think about how unhealthy it is. I think about how cool it might look. So, the tone is good, the direction is good, the performances are great. But how's the story? Now, while talking about what this episode might be about, Stephen Moffat said some really clever, sneaky stuff.
This story puts the Doctor in the most dangerous place it is possible for that Time Lord to be, and it's called Into the Dalek, so that's a clue.
Don't be a vague jerk, Stephen. So the story is surprisingly good. Sort of like The Invisible Enemy, crossed with that other horrible episode that's really bad, and don't watch it, it's awful. Custard! The Doctor, Clara, and some other people basically have to go inside a Dalek to fix it for some reason. Now this is where the direction and the special effects work in to the episode and make it interesting. It's a cool concept.
A really nice little concept, actually.
Well done, Phil Ford, I say.
Actually, it was Stephen's idea.
This is nothing against Peter Capaldi. I love Peter Capaldi. If Eccleston's Doctor was in this sort of situation, oh my goodness, it would be the most intense thing you could ever imagine. Ever! But Peter Capaldi does a good job, and it's a good episode, so putting the Doctor inside the Dalek is a cool idea. The story is quite good. It's, like the previous episode, basic, straight line, not too complex. It's somewhat of a filler episode, but it is nice, it is well executed, it has good special effects. The story gets a little bit clunky in the middle, but at the end it comes to a good, yet kind of awkward resolve. But it is an entertaining episode that is well worth watching. Now, finally I get to ramble. Spoilers. First thing I wanted to talk about was Danny.
New fella, Mass, Danny.
Because they introduce him at the start of the episode, where I think they inferred that Danny killed children. It got really serious and dark, and I was like, am I watching Arrow? Maybe it's just because I'm so not used to this kind of actual human stuff happening in Doctor Who, because it's been crap for so long. Now, Danny Pink, I don't really know the name of the actor. He did a good performance. I'm intrigued to see where his character goes from here. I'm interested to see where the Doctor doesn't like soldiers thing goes with his character. I like how they set that up. That's a good setup. And back to Clara, she's fairly decent. It gets a little annoying towards the end of the episode where she starts to kind of save the day in a way. I get that she's trying to make the Doctor think like a decent human being, but I would have liked for the Doctor to come to that realization himself, or for the soldier to kind of point a gun in his face and make him realize. Because Clara's character from the first episode, and maybe from his actions in the next episode, should see that the Doctor isn't as, well, he's not tame.
Tell me, am I a good man?
You can't just convince him now. He's different, and it would have made sense for Clara to kind of back off and not really say anything. It's a minor gripe, but it's fine. We get to see people dying on screen. Woohoo! They make a point of at least 4 people dying, so that's cool. But we see deaths on screen, not just, vague cinematography. But yeah, someone gets killed by the antibodies of the Daleks, which was really cool, and the Doctor was just kind of going, yeah, he's dead, we need to be safe too. I'm liking this. I'm liking this survival Doctor.
I'm his carer.
Yeah, my carer. She cares, so I don't have to.
The Doctor's survival instincts would have had more of an impact if it was his last life, but they kind of butchered that in Time of the Doctor. Don't want to think about it! Now, yes, there are Daleks in it, but where do they come from? Over the new series, we've been reintroduced to the Daleks a couple times. Each time the Daleks appeared throughout the new series, for quite a while, they were introduced as a major threat. It was like, whoa, there's Daleks, we have to destroy them before they ruin the universe. We have to get rid of them. They kept this consistent for quite a while. Even in Victory of the Daleks, it was sort of like, oh no, the Daleks escaped. Where did they go? We need to find them and kill them. But then after that, nothing happened. It was just like, oh, okay, the Daleks exist now. They're just here all the time. Which doesn't make too much sense when you think about the context of what we're dealing with. I'm going to stop talking about this now, and I'm going to do another video just about the Daleks, their progression of danger and fame, etc. There was one shot that I absolutely adored, where a human shoots a Dalek, and it looks great. It looks like they actually put a practical effect together, and then added digital effects, and created a seamless explosion effect. Like bile and Dalek blood like pour out, and the thing just like... It looked great! So back to the Doctor being dark and cynical. And he says a lot of stuff that's in bad taste. He reminds me a lot of Colin Baker, William Hartnell. Like, this vicious blend of the two, where he's kind of scatty, like Colin Baker, but he's also old and grumpy, like William Hartnell. Oh, and the Doctor's character, where he's in the brain of the Dalek and saying all these things, and then the Dalek's like, I see hatred in you. That was cool. And the Doctor's like reluctant, sad, but also kind of like, I'm done. Why should I care about if I hate anymore? Maybe I should just be hateful. Really cool plot development, really cool character development. It's great to see a series of Doctor Who that's about the Doctor's character. Oh, and the Doctor's mean to that soldier girl. So he might be mean to Danny Pink, because he's a soldier when he comes around. So there's a bit where a chick dies and she wakes up in heaven with Missy again. So Missy is probably going to appear in each episode. Also, the Dalek goodbye is kind of weird too. It just kind of stares at the Doctor awkwardly, like, I don't understand what that's about. Just was really awkward and weird, and don't understand it all. Danny and Clara both work at Coal Hill School, which is kind of nice, but I want to see Ian Chesterton. He was on the poster for the school in the Day of the Doctor. I want to see him. He needs to be in there. He's a great companion. He needs to return before he dies. Please make it happen. That was what I thought of Into the Dalek. Like I said, I will be putting up a video of the history of the Daleks and my study of their ascent and decline in threat and awesomeness. Don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe, whatever you want. Thank you very much. Bye.